Good morning. Hey, I'm getting ready to go do the live video out on A Better Way to Homeschool. But I wanted to share something with you. I dropped my husband off this morning because he was taking a ferry. And on the way home, I stopped at the grocery store. And I was in the express line right before an elderly woman that had a shopping cart overflowing with products. And as I'm in a hurry because I'm trying to get home because I left the kids in charge of Sprocket, and every single product that she picked up, she read the label and then she put it on the conveyor belt. And after about the 12th or 15th item in the line of 15 items or less, I started to get antsy and I started to think, ooh, I better change lines because I don't have time to be behind her. She still had like 100 things in her cart. And then she started to talk to me. And so I just took a deep breath, like, Becky, don't be in a hurry. And I helped her unload her cart, and we started to talk about food and allergies and her granddaughter and all this stuff. And then she shared that the reason that she was grocery shopping, and she was far away from home, she was like, wow, this is the best grocery store. Like, where are you from? And she told me it was far away. And she said, you know, I woke up this morning and my husband was really grumpy. So I thought, this is a perfect time to go grocery shopping. And then she went on to tell me that at her age, what she's found is that there's a new trend for husbands and wives to have his and her places. And that way, when you have enough of each other, you can just go to your own place. And I thought about that. Like, okay, Becky, you heard that for a reason. You know, we have our new puppy, and every single thing that he does that is not acceptable, we pause as a family and we say, okay, where do we want Sprocket to be as an adult dog? And how can we take the behavior that he's doing right now and help guide him towards his adult future? And so like right now, he's really nippy and bitey a couple times in the day. And so we're going through the process of teaching him some patience, that he is not the center of our universe as much as he is a wonderful, warm, and welcome part of our universe. He's not the center. And so as I was chewing on that as I got home, I wanted to talk to myself and to kind of include you on my own conversation with myself. And that is, Becky, you've been married almost 30 years now. And your kids are growing. Your youngest is about to turn 13 next week. And where do you want to be 15, 20 years from now when you help your youngest son move out and suddenly you turn around and you're home with your wonderful husband, Craig? Where do you want to be? Do you want to be that wife that doesn't know what makes your husband tick? Do you want to be the one that when something exciting happens in his life that he rushes to tell? Or do you want to have spent the next 15 years kind of doing your own thing so that when the house is empty, you guys have nothing in common, and then you can join the tide of elderly people that have their own places so that when he's tired of you, he has somewhere to go? You know, that's not what I want. I'm not sure who hopped online, but I'm talking to myself because I got to talk to an elderly woman in the grocery store this morning, and when you watch this back, you'll know that she, in our extended conversation, shared the new trend of elderly couples getting their own places. So they live together, but then at the end of the day, they go to their own separate corners. And she was sharing how that's why she was grocery shopping at that moment. And that's not what I want when I'm elderly. You know, my husband is my best friend, and it wasn't always that way. He always used to take a back seat, first because of my family, then because of my children. And over the course of the years, I've had really close, amazing, wonderful Christian best friends that are my like amazing friends. And I'm pausing there because one of you is out here. And yet the Lord had to teach me that I needed to keep my relationship priorities in line. And it had to be the Lord first, and then my husband, and then my children, and then other people. And Becky, I'm still talking to you. If you want in your old age for your husband to truly be your best friend and vice versa, then you need to consistently and purposefully be doing those things today that build that relationship. When he asks you a question, stop what you're doing and listen. Truly listen to what that man is saying. Listen to his heart. His words are going to be few, but they're going to be power-packed with meaning. So pay attention, because if you don't slow your brain down, you're going to miss it. When he asks you for a favor, or a hug, or a kiss, or anything, purpose to say yes. As often as humanly possible, say yes to your husband. And now that I'm hearing Sprocket, and I'm getting texts from my son saying, who has Sprocket? I'm going to go get ready for the next live. But if you're married, my exhortation to you is to put your husband first and do everything possible to keep him first in your life. And it's not easy. Marriage is not easy, but it's wonderful. And that friendship that you can build with your husband takes time and energy. He moves at a different pace than you do. My husband works in a job that's very challenging, and I imagine that he is like a gladiator doing battle in a world that I never see, because I truly spend my life in a safe haven, surrounded by beauty and children and people that love me, and that is not the same place that my husband spends his time. So I need to be a breath of fresh air for him. And I pray that you do everything possible in your life to be that breath of fresh air for your husband. And if you're not, if you're in a place of contention and frustration, don't think that you're alone. We all are either there, or we've been there, or we will be there at one point in time in our marriages. And you just need to seek the Lord and kind of lay yourself aside, put your husband first, because we don't want to be like that older woman in the grocery store today. We don't want to be sneaking away and hiding, waiting for the time to get into our own corner at the end of the day. So anyway, that's my thought. I need to go take care of Sprocket, and then hopefully I will see you on the Better Way to Homeschool public site.